We're going to review the last thing that we're going to talk about spoiler-wise and early release-wise on this channel, You'd probably think I would stop saying never on this channel, and you'd be totally wrong. Hey everybody, Ketwolski here, checking in with a very quick hashtag Star Trek Picard video update. Now, Star Trek has just released a new and potentially final promo for Star Trek Picard's release this coming Thursday and Friday internationally, and it doesn't have too much new information in there, but there were a couple of shots that were just so beautiful and so amazing that I just wanted to go ahead and share them with all of you in case you haven't already seen it. But I wanted to get that conversation started with you and kind of gush a little bit about what I saw in this trailer for these few different sequences. Now, again, as the title card said, there are going to be spoilers in this video on some of the discussions here. I don't know if I'm right about any of my theories because I haven't seen any of the episodes yet, but they could potentially come true. So if you're not wanting to learn anything about the show, definitely go click off this video. So the very first thing that we see, other than obviously a beautiful space shot in this nice new trailer, is the Enterprise D. Now, it made sense that we were going to see this ship at some point, only because in the different trailers that we've seen up to this point, it's very clearly that Jean-Luc Picard and Commander Data are hanging out in the 10 forward lounge of the Enterprise D. They've obviously rebuilt that set, so it makes sense that they'd have an establishing shot of the ship kind of moving, and then they would cut into it, and then they would kind of continue on with the scene. So it makes kind of sense. But we got two great hero shots of it kind of coming at the camera, but there was another one that was a really super fast flash shot of it kind of in this weird nebula. It doesn't quite look like the Nexus area, but it kind of looks like the Nexus with the Briar Patch mixed in, and there's some kind of weird shot out there of this weird, I don't know, doorway or something. I don't know if this is all a dream sequence or if this is a flashback to a previous mission that we didn't see in the Next Generation. My guess is that it's all part of just his, memory dream that he's having inside that we saw in the other trailers, that it's just kind of a nightmare. But it was definitely a great little shot that they threw in there for some kind of purpose, and I just really thought it was so beautiful. And seeing the Enterprise D is so very beautiful, and I'm just so excited to see this old gal back in action. It just gets me so excited, and I'm very happy to see it on screen, and I can't wait to see it in the show. The next sequence I want to go ahead and talk about was a fantastic hero shot of the La Sirena, which is the ship that Picard and his kind of motley crew of new cast members go and utilize to save Dahj and then kind of continue on with their journey throughout the majority of this season. Now, we haven't really seen too many shots of the La Sirena. It's been in quite a few very fast visual effects shots in the previous trailers, but this was a beautiful hero shot. We saw something similar to this a little while back, but it was from a different angle, and I think it was a bit more zoomed in, so it wasn't quite the same, but it's clearly the La Sirena above what is clearly Earth. I think that was the other thing is the angle of that shot from that visual effects thing didn't quite look like it was Earth. It definitely looked like it might have been, but it wasn't 100%, but this is clearly Earth. It's clearly above Earth, and I'm wondering if they are there to pick up Picard. I wonder if he goes to the Federation, they reject his plea to get reinstated, which he has in this trailer. He's asking to be reinstated for this mission. They reject him, so then he activates his comm badge, it looks like, out in the middle of the vineyard, and it looks like he's going to activate it and get picked up by the La Sirena. Maybe he had some kind of arrangement with somebody on that ship, because obviously that's where the Captain Picard Day banner is, so maybe he had a relationship with one of the crew members on there, and they kind of said, if you ever need anything, hit this button and we'll come and get you. So I think that's what we're kind of seeing, is they're going to arrive at Earth and they're going to beam him off the vineyard, and then they're going to go off on their adventure. It's just a speculation on my part, but I can't wait to see how these scenes kind of start cutting together. Speaking of the crew, his new motley crew, there was this really fun shot of all of them kind of just hanging out on this planet. They all look like they're looking at something, and what's interesting to note is Dahj is with them now, so clearly this is well beyond them rescuing her off of the Borg prison cube. So clearly they all get together at some point. Not everyone from the crew is in this shot, but the majority of them are. But they're all just kind of, I don't know, they're standing around doing something. I don't know, it just looked kind of fun. They just look like a band of misfits kind of hanging out with this iconic admiral, this legendary admiral, and they're all kind of just doing stuff. I don't know. I just liked it. I like the sleeveless kind of vest that, that the captain is wearing there. I thought that was kind of cool. So I don't know, I just thought it was a really cool shot. The second to last image I want to talk about is this one here of Hugh the Borg and Elnor, which people refer to as the Romulan Legolas. They have this really nice shot here together. This looks to be like the shot of Hugh and, you know, Elnor and possibly Picard getting together to help break Dahj out of the Borg prison cube. We saw another sequence in a different trailer, and I think it flashed a little bit in this one where kind of Hugh's leading Picard and Dahj out of like a hallway, and she's wearing the prison cube jumpsuit, and they're all kind of running out of there. So I'm wondering if he's going to kind of assist with that prison break situation, and it looks like there may be kind of just a shot here from that particular set of sequences, but I thought it was really cool, and I like the makeup. They've got Hugh the Borg in. He's got, like, you know, some of the designs on his face, you know, the makeup on his face from where he had his eye, you know, implant removed when he was a Borg, and he's still got a little bit of Borg pieces in him, kind of similar to that of Seven of Nine, and I just thought it was a really great shot of him. The final one that I want to go ahead and talk about does directly relate to events in Children of Mars, and clearly events inside of the, you know, Picard series, which it looks like this android, the Soong androids, which we've seen in previous trailers, and I think they're now starting to refer to them as just simply synthetics, because we saw inside of the Children of Mars short trek that rogue synths are who attacked the Utopia Planitia shipyards and blew up, you know, major cities or possibly the entire planet of Mars. Now, what's interesting here is this synth draws a disruptor type weapon, and he's got the Soong-looking robot kind of designed to him. But on the televisions and the screens behind him is actually the footage that we saw from the short trek of Mars being attacked. So I'm curious to see if this is a rebellion that connects to that one, and maybe this particular synthetic is off doing something else, or maybe that the synths are being blamed for that attack, and then they kind of rebel anyways, or I'm not quite sure what's going on in this particular sequence here, but it is rather interesting to see them kind of moving around and doing different things. There's clearly something going on with the synthetics, and it's possible that Dahj even may potentially be a synthetic and maybe be kind of a technological lineage back to Data, which was maybe a culmination of his attempts to create an offspring that we saw in TNG, which was Lal. And I don't know, there's definitely some potential similarities there to her character and Lal and kind of their physical designs. So it's possible that that's who Dahj is, but again, just kind of speculating. But I really like that shot of the synthetic android type character. Anyways, guys and gals, that does wrap up today's short little snippet video. I am super jazzed about all of these new images. The trailer is awesome. If you haven't seen it, there is a link down in the description below. Go and check it out. It is really awesome. I'm getting even more and more hyped about this show. Things are looking really up. You know, I'm curious to hear though what you guys are thinking about this. Are you getting more excited, or are you getting more nervous, or where are you guys at and all this? So get your comments down below, and we'll go ahead and get the conversation started. Live long and prosper, my Trekkies!